So I've put the topic of discussion this morning in the chat, and it's effects of procrastination. So what's procrastination to begin with? Procrastination is an act of delaying or postponing tasks or decisions. This leads to lots of effects in the end. And so many of us do it. So many people have written about it. We all know about it, but it still happens. But we still try to fight it because we've got to keep positive. We've got to keep going. We've got to appease our clients. We've got to progress. So I'm sure this is a topic which everybody can contribute on because it's a daily thing which happens to all of us. So what causes procrastination? Some of the things which cause procrastination is fear, just fear of failure. Because you are worried, oh, I might not do this properly. So you tend to delay things. So you are concerned about making mistakes. That causes delays. Just the fear of failure. The other one is striving for perfection. This can make you to delay to start a task because it's kind of daunting and you want to be perfect in everything you are doing. Many times they tell us here, don't worry, you just do it. You're not going to break anything. Don't worry about being perfect. Just go for it. If it goes wrong, we can correct it. But because you are worried, you want to be perfect, that can cause a bit of delay. Also, if it's a large, complex project, you wonder how can you get on with it? It seems to be challenging to begin. For example, me, when I have, say, a new client and I don't know about them and they are very high risk because of the business they are doing and I don't know it, I've never read about it. Goodness, I'm going to be overwhelmed and I'm thinking, how do I go about it? So when I was trying to think about this topic, I saw myself in it. And I realized where I procrastinate because I'm overwhelmed sometimes. And I'm not the only one. So many other people elsewhere. Maybe you not, but other people could be overwhelmed just like me. Then the fourth thing is lack of motivation. If you are not motivated, you are going to look at something boring, an interesting task. This is procrastination. So if you're not motivated, so we go find ways of eliminating fear of failure. Try not to be perfect all the time, though you want to do a good job. When something is overwhelming, what do you do about it? How do you go about it so that you don't procrastinate? Don't delay anybody else. Yeah. Then lack of motivation. Because once you know the issue which leads you to doing something, then there's a way you can get about it. But if you don't know that you don't know, then everything is going to go a bit left. So how do we sort these issues out? One thing which we talk about every other day here is set clear goals. You know that in mnemonic, SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. If you have clear goals set for a day, for example, for a week, for a month, or even a year, not only in the place of work, but maybe in your other voluntary projects or at home, if you set clear goals, that could be one of the guides which can help you to sort out this procrastination problem. Then the other thing is prioritization. What is your priority among the various tasks you have a day? You've got to distinguish between what is urgent and what is important. Maybe that's a topic for another day. But you've got to look at it. What do I need to do first? In one of the places I worked, my boss used to say to me that, Robert, whatever I ask you is more important than what you want to do yourself. Because what you give me is going to lead me to what I need to do and maybe give you more work. But if you don't do what I ask you to do, then you are delaying the whole process. So whatever I ask you is more urgent than everything you want to do. That's another topic for another day as well. But prioritization of tasks is very, very important. Then another thing which you can do is do break a task into small bits which are achievable. Because it could be a massive task, but if you break into bits and pieces, because you've got a process, you've got a client, and there are lots of things to be done, but break them into achievable pieces and do one at a time. Once that is finished, then do the second one. But when you try to do everything in one go, again, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. And you might end up not doing anything or finishing anything at all. But at least if you do the bits which are achievable. When I was studying, these are some of the things which were taught us about how to pass, how to get that 50% or 60%, even 70, or whatever marks you get. Look at the question. If a question has 4 bits or 5 bits, some of them are really, really simple. Define, explain. Those are simple ones before you look at the big picture of solving, of analyzing, and this and that. Some of them are really, really easy. So the same here. If you do that, then somehow you get that motivation. Once you achieve one bit, then you are going to achieve the second one, and then you are going to proceed. But if you look at it and say, oh goodness, this is tough, I cannot do it. Let me have a cup of coffee, or let me relax, or let me call somebody. I mean, you're losing time, which is procrastination. Then the other one, which maybe we don't really practice, is regular checks with your supervisors, with your colleagues, discussing your progress. Don't sit alone. Sometimes it's possible to sit alone because you don't have a big team you're working with. But if you have a team and you have a task to do, speak to your colleagues. This is where I am. This is what I've done. What do you think about it? And then maybe they're going to advise. In case you're going wrong, they're going to say, well, I don't think that's the right way. This is the right way to go about it. Things to do with, I don't know, reconciliations, things to do with analyzing, things to do with at what stage you are in monthly program. Because our month or our particular period, there are bits that by this time you should have achieved that. By that time, you should have achieved that. But if you raise that issue with your supervisor or your colleague, then they are going to advise you accordingly. So don't die alone in your corner. Then for us who work from home, or for you and me, make your workplace clutter-free. But if you have, I don't know, you have a cup of coffee, you have a plate where you had your breakfast, you have lots of books on the table, you do have your computer, and then, I don't know, lots of stuff there. They are taking your attention from what you are doing. So it's better you clear your desk nicely so that your concentration is just on the work you do. I think for me, I do open lots of windows sometimes on my computer, and I'm looking for maybe QuickBooks when I should be looking for Zero, or I should be checking my emails. Maybe I think I need to work on that, because if I have so many things open at the same time, sometimes they even slow down the computer. Yet sometimes you want them open because you know you're going to be moving from one window to one window. But everybody, you know yourselves, so that's just a thought which could also help us to do things in a more faster way, which doesn't delay us so much, leading to procrastination or leading to delays of our or of other people who are doing their work, because every other person's output is somebody else's input. I think I should stop there and open the floor for all of us to give our contributions. So you're welcome to contribute to the topic, effects of procrastination. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Good morning. Thank you, Robert, for this topic, which is a really important topic, and it's kind of an issue for me. I can say maybe I don't know what it's for others, but I think in this busy world now, lots of people are struggling with procrastinating and just leaving the tasks away and think that they would come back to it later, because everything is now so fast, and the world is so full of different activities happening. So I think lots of people are struggling with this issue. Just me, for example, actually I overcome this procrastinating for myself. I cannot say fully, but I worked on it a lot. And the thing you said about prioritizing is really, really helpful. When you prioritize your tasks, and the thing that you have to do, and I think it's really helpful, because you exactly know what you should do at the moment. So you really avoid procrastinating. And I think because by procrastinating, you are sabotaging your goals. I don't know, even if it's personal or your career goals, your company goals, you're sabotaging them, because you keep just pushing the task you need to do away, and then on that, and because you're not prioritizing, you're just um, delaying what you need to do, and then you see that you are not even close to your goals, to your purposes, and you have been doing a lot of things, but you were not doing them in a good what you call it, in a good way. I mean, in sorry, I forgot the word, but okay. I'm saying by prioritizing, you're prioritizing your tasks based on your goals, and your company goal, your career goals, and then you are doing them by order, and then it will help you to be closer to your goals. But by not doing this that way, by procrastinating, and just thinking that you will come back to the task and do it, you will just create limits in your mind, that you haven't done something, and you're just keep doing it, and it's like a limit in your mind that I haven't done this, and it will bug you, and it's like you have this limit in yourself that you cannot do this, because you can, you're just not doing it, and but it's in your mind. I think it creates a limit, it creates a block there, that okay, I haven't done this, and maybe it's because I'm not able to do this, and it's not good. And also, I think maybe sometimes there are some opportunities, something that you have to do, uh, you know, um, what you call it, you have to do, like at the moment, and when the moment is past and the opportunity is gone, and by procrastinating you are missing those opportunities. So it's not always, but sometimes, when the moment is past, um when you haven't done the thing that you need to do at that moment, it's past and the opportunity is gone, and people are not sitting there waiting for you to, have your time, take your time, and then do the task. So because people are moving forward, and nowadays that people are just thinking about themselves mostly. So it's not good for you to procrastinate, because people will go move on, and you just keep staying there and not doing, just looking at opportunities that has been gone. And I think the most important thing is, by procrastinating, that it affects, I think, your mental health. It brings depression, it brings anxiety, stress. For me, it was like that. When I procrastinate, when I think that I will do something, in future, and I just put them away, I'm just thinking about them, and it gives me a stress, and stress is kind of ruining my life. So I think to avoid that, you need to stop procrastinating, and you need to start planning, writing down everything you have to do, and just do as you plan. So because that stress that for a time of my life I've been through that and it wasn't good, and I know that if I start just to do a little thing um out of my plan, it will come back again, and then it gives me a stress, anxiety, and especially when it involves others, because you're not only thinking about yourself. When a task involves other people, you're thinking in your mind, you're thinking that you are disappointing them, you are not doing the task you have to do, and it bugs you more and it stresses you even more. And you know what stress does to the body, your mental health, your physical health, and then it leads to depression. And I think it starts from where you don't plan and you don't prioritize, and then you just sit there and don't do tasks and just think that you will do them in future. So yes, that's what I think is the effects of procrastinating, and it happened to me. So I learned my lesson. I try to do not do that, and it's not like you can always avoid. Of course, sometimes you feel low, you cannot do something, and you think that you will do it in future. But I'm trying to avoid that. So yeah, thank you, Robert, for this topic. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you very much, PJ. Those are some very good points. One about mental health effect. That's that's a very powerful one, because you get upset afterwards when you've missed like deadlines because for no good reason. Then delaying the whole team because of your procrastination, everybody's affected again. So that's another big one which we really need to work on, to consider the big picture, so that we don't affect others, or we don't affect the progress of projects going on. Yeah, it's really important. I just remembered when Sepide was saying, when you delay things, you see, even when you delay saying goodbye to somebody and then you walk back to say goodbye. Many years ago, when I was worked in St. Pancras Station, a couple went were boarding a train, I think, to the Midlands, and they put their stuff on the train. And then the gentleman came from the train to say bye to the lady. And as they were hugging, the train took off. It left without the man, and and all his luggage was already on the train. Simply because they had not done it much earlier, they delayed it, and the train went. So it's the same thing which happens to some people who miss the plane. How can you miss the aeroplane? Because once it's gone, it's gone. Once the gates are closed, they're closed. And it's because of some simple, small things which we do. And those are the same things which we do here. It's like missing a train at work here. If you don't do something and then somebody's delayed, you've made them miss the train. You've made them miss the airplane to Uganda for holiday. So we really need to think about it and work hard on it. Thank you very much, Sepide. Anybody else, please?
Actually, I really like to hear from those. I never heard of them in this training, mindset learning sessions. So yeah, please participate. I want you to and hear your thoughts, your ideas, divine, tolerance, stay. Yeah, I really see Margaret. I really want to hear you guys. I think we all do. So if you have anything to add to our topic, we are all ears. You're more than welcome.
Well, I can see a little bit of procrastination there. Yes.
Yeah.
Margaret, are
Good
you
evening,
there?
everybody.
Yeah.
Hi, Florence.
Florence? Go on, Florence. Yes. Go on.
Hi.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
I just want to give my own contribution about the effects of procrastination. As we know, procrastination is a very it's affecting our work life, our day-to-day activities. Because sometimes when you try to procrastinate, if you have to do something like you have put a deadline to achieve their goal, it takes some time and perseverance to finish it. But if you procrastinate, like every day you're giving the goal another time, you're giving it another deadline, it will affect your workflow, it will affect your efficiency in life and also towards your work. Procrastination affects so many things, like your day-to-day, not even your work life, even your day-to-day activities. If you have to do, let me say, your domestic chores, if you have to laundry and you've been procrastinating, the more you procrastinate, for example, the more you procrastinate, is the more the clothes will be piled up, is the more things, other chores will be piled up, and it will be very difficult for you to finish it on time. And you will see it as a lot of work or a difficult chores instead of something that we just finish in 5 or 10 minutes. So procrastination really affects our mind, our day-to-day job and all. So I think I always say to myself, if I have to do something, I will try to see what's the effect if not doing it at that particular time. What will it affect me or others? If I see that it has a lot of effects at that particular time, I'll try to finish it and think of another activity or think of another choice. As in my dialect or local language, we used to say, load na aid, load na to yai, something like that. You some work that you do, it's the highs that say it's like it's difficult. That's the meaning. You see it when you see it with your eyes, you think that this is very difficult. But if you start to do it, you know that it is easy, or you finish it within the specific amount of time or within the deadline. So I say it's very bad to procrastinate. If we had to do something, try to do it very earlier and finish it and think of another task. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi. Hi, Margaret. Good morning.
Hi. So, thank you, Robert, for this topic. I guess I was just thinking of the many times I think I've struggled with procrastination for the longest time. And it's really affected me. So, for instance, I think of the many times I think when you look at it, you're like, I have time to do this. And so I find myself pushing what I need to do until the last minute. But when you do it at the last minute, there's so much pressure, there's so much stress. It affects your productivity in regards to the excellence or the kind of output or the kind of work that you produce, because you have not had time to really think through what you needed to do. So you work at it at the last minute and find yourself giving let me call it shallow or less excellent kind of output. So yeah, there are so many effects of procrastination. Sorry, and I think just thinking through my own experience, one will be the kind of output I give when I'm procrastinating and putting my work for the last minute. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Margaret. And sorry, I didn't say thank you to Florence because I couldn't unmute myself. Yeah, very good examples, Margaret, there about the chores. Once you leave them, they are going to pile, and it's going to even take you much more time than it should have taken. And Margaret, there about doing things last minute. Again, you're not going to do them properly, or you are not going to even get them as you would have wanted to get them. Thanks very much for your contribution and for coming out after after a cry from Sepili. Thank you. Anybody else, please?
Yeah, I just wanted to conclude at this last. The thing is, like, I never believe in procrastination. The thing is, if you're not hungry, you won't eat food, right? So it's all about like how much you're hunger about those things. So if you want that thing in very what you can say, very less time, then you will not procrastinate. I think, yeah, like it's all about how urgent you need, and it's all about whether you want to do it or not. That's all. For example, I thought to do like yoga like tomorrow. If I think to do yoga tomorrow, then if I really need it, I'll do it by tomorrow itself. If I will start it by tomorrow itself. If I really don't need it, and if I just think about it, that's all. I won't do it. So it's all about how much you need and how much you need it in uh yeah, how much you need, I can say. I want to add, yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sukesh. So
Yeah.
when you need something, you must do it. You just don't
Yes,
think
exactly.
about it. You
Yes, yes,
get to go and do it then.
yes.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. Do we have any other person? I think that's all we have time for. Thank you very much, everybody, for your contribution. Over to you, Sepide or Linda.